Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's I'm going to be reviewing the new Genesis GV60. Before we get into this video though, as always, if you're going to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. The GV60 Performance has a dual electric motor setup and a 77.4 kilowatt hour battery pack. Range is 235 miles. Power outputs are 429 horsepower and then 516 pound-feet of torque. It does have a boost function that'll bump up horsepower to 483. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, super sleek design. I mean, I remember when this first came out, it just looked like something from the future, still does. Now popping down below, really cool design with the headlights with that split design. That's what Genesis does with all of their cars. And then you can see we've got like a fake grille here at the bottom. It looks pretty cool if you ask me. But yeah, overall, it's a very interesting looking car. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 255 by 40 by 21 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheel design, again, crazy there. Just so much happening. I like this with the fender flares. I think that's pretty cool looking. Then you can see the rest of the trim here along the side. We've got the pop out door handles, and then taking a few steps back, here's your side profile. And here's our key fob. So you can see we've got our lock and unlock function, opening for the hatch. Got the self park feature. You've got that for the charging cable, remote start. So it's got a lot of stuff happening on the key fob, but we'll pop open that hatch. Now taking a look at the cargo area. First off, we've got a cargo cover built in from the factory. And look at the blue there. And you've got some pretty decent space here on the back. There is more space underneath that little tab. But something to note, vertical space isn't massive because of the design here of the roof line. Anyways, press that, and that will lower the hatch right back down. We've got the double taillight design here in the back. And then just like the old Prius, this little spoiler here splits the rear window. So yeah, kind of a weird detail. Parking sensors at the bottom. There's no performance badge on this, so it's pretty subtle with what it is, but there's the rear. Fancy door handles. So taking a look at the door panel in the rear, got sunshades here for the rear passengers. You can get like that blue trim with the neon green stitching, and then like this. But yeah, really tight fit and finish overall. Nice material use as well. See speaker for the Bang & Olufsen sound system. Heated seats. And then speaking of seats, look at that neon green. That is bright. That is out there. So, legroom is pretty solid. Got a little storage pocket here. You can see with the vent right there. Then we got some USBs here in the center. I will say the seat's pretty comfortable. Headroom is a little bit limited with this. Now, taking a look at the front door panel again. Look at the trim here. Blind spot ring with the mirrors. Again, more of that nice trim down below. All of our window controls. Nice finish on them, by the way. Mirror adjustments. Mirrors do power fold in. And you guys can see here for the memory seats. And let's take a look at these front seats. So look at that. It definitely pops with the neon outlining. We do have massage seats with this. Got all of your adjustments there. You can see with the pedal layout down below. Then you've got your parking brake, your stability control, and then again, really nice trim all across the dash. So here's a look at the steering wheel. You can see again with the blue trim all around. Got your drive mode select here, the boost function, which is pretty cool. Paddles on the back for the regen. Just generally speaking, a nice finish for the controls. We do have adaptive cruise control with your lane centering with this as well. So here's the center gauge cluster. Does a fun little animation with the different drive modes. Kind of reminds me of Pokemon a little bit. Don't know why, but kind of does. But anyways, I mean, pretty simple. It shows you your range. So you can see we only have 68% charge, but it shows over 200 miles. So you can actually get more range in this than what the EPA rates it at, which I think that's nice. 360 camera system, and this has the cool exterior shot. Paint actually matches, so that's fun. But as for the rest of the infotainment system, quick response time, it has everything that you'd need to use on the car. There's so many pages with this. Wow. But yeah, it's easy to use. Got a nice heads-up display there at the top. Again, See the kind of like neon trim there on the dash. This is cool. And then this is interesting. It's a file cabinet for the glove box. I wonder if more automakers are going to do that in the future. Dual zone climate controls here in the center. You of course have heated and ventilated seats with this as well. I'll show you the controls a little bit later. And down below we've got more storage. And if you're wondering, that's what this tab is also. It's extra storage. There's storage everywhere in this. And then we've got some analog controls here for the infotainment system. This is your fingerprint scanner. I forgot to show it on the outside, but it also has the eye scanner, so you can use yourself as a key. We've got the dial shifter here, some cup holders, and then your heated and cooled seat controls, heated steering wheel, auto hold for the camera, the parking sensors. And then you've got your wireless phone charging pad in here, decent storage, nice trim on this. And speaking of nice trim, the headliner, really fancy. And then we do have a panoramic sunroof. So just a quick look at our window sticker for this Performance. Pretty much everything's standard. There's your total MSRP, $71,320, which puts us in an interesting predicament. I'll talk about that. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before I set off. Here's visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors do a blind spot. And through the rest of the rear. And let's set off. Driving the GV60. This is one of the vehicles that I have as a tester for the week, and it's been an interesting week. I've had the electric car charging glitch with this. It's not just a Genesis thing, it's just an electric car thing I've noticed. Also, turn signal camera, that's always a fun feature. So what is the electric car charging glitch? Basically, no matter how long I leave it on the charger, it doesn't seem like it actually wants to charge. Now you could say, hey Ben, use your air. And fair enough, but I've also lived with several electric cars, or a few cars for a living. Like, I know how to charge cars. It's not that difficult. You plug them in. And yeah, I can't explain why this or other electric cars sometimes don't charge, but that has been the case for me. We're gonna create a little bit of space here. We got no one behind us, and we'll pop it into boost. And it's quick. It is quick. When you're in that boost function, I mean, even out of boost, it's, you know, fully electric with over 400 horsepower. 0 to 60 is just boom. So it's quite impressive. Other impressive stuff, suspension's comfortable, nice interior, massaging seats. Like, it's a nice luxury car. It's a luxury car, and it's a nice one. The self-driving stuff's pretty good, and everything's pretty intuitive in this interior. Even though it does have some screen action, it's pretty easy to use, and it just drives well. I don't have anything bad to say about it from a driving experience perspective. It handles well. It's, you know, it does well on the performance name side of things. So from an EV perspective, it's a really good car. Like I said, I have had some issues with charging. Like, I've only been able to manage 18% charge with this car, like increase the charge by like 18%, because I got it with like almost 100%. I dropped down to like just under, so I guess more than 18. I dropped down just over under 50%. I can't talk apparently. And now I'm at 67% after leaving it charging for several days. So I don't know. I don't know what's up with this, but sometimes cars charge, sometimes they don't. It seems like it's an electric car thing, which I don't have to deal with ice cars, because you just go to the gas station and either the pump is spewing out dino juice or it's not. And if it's not, you go to another gas station. But yeah, I did say earlier that the price is interesting on this. So Hyundai just finally released the new Ioniq 5N, like those are at dealerships. Similar range, and we can extrapolate that if this gets better, you know, range than what the EPA rates it at, then that probably gets better. That's in like the 220 range. This is in the 230 range. So they're both probably right around 300 miles of driving range. So not bad, right? Not bad at all. But the Ioniq 5N, I think it looks better. The interior's not as luxury. It's more sport themed. You have manual seats, so you do concede some stuff. But it's got the fake gear shifts, the fake engine noise. It's a really fun car to drive. Like, ever since I reviewed that car, it's one of those cars that, like, you review it, or I review it, and I've been thinking about it because it was just so fun to drive. And it was like the first electric car that I was like, you know what, if more electric cars were like this and had good range, I could maybe consider one. So I think that the Hyundai Motor Company kind of created their own competition with this GV60, but again, this is different. This is luxury versus the Ioniq 5 is performance. So there's kind of a difference with that. So let me know what you guys think about the GV60. Let me know what you think about the EV thing. But the more people I've talked to over the last 6 months, the more I kind of see that people aren't as interested as they were, and the sales are showing it. ICE cars are up by like 10% year over year, something like that. EVs are down by like 15% year over year. It's a 25% delta right there. I don't know. So let me know what you think.